What do YouTube? Welcome back to another episode here on Sideline Stories. I'm your host Rob. Today we have episode 6 for y'all. Yeah, episode 6.
Six.
Season's over. The Lakers are the NBA 2020 champions.
17-time champions.
I
know
hot.
you don't like
I'm
that.
hot.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I'll accept it though. I'll accept it.
You
I
got
don't
no
like
choice.
it, but I'll accept it. The Lakers did. Congratulations, Lakers, and the Lakers.
That's all I needed.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I've
You
been
really
waiting.
you overcome all odds,
Yeah.
especially in the city. There was a lot of stuff going on, and the Lakers did it.
Yes, sir. That's all I needed.
I'll agree. They did it.
I needed that, yo.
But for today's episode, we're going to be looking into the future, and we're going to be talking about our top 10 point guards, and for next season, going into next season, including an honorable mention. Feel free to leave your top 10 picks in there too.
Yeah.
Let us know y'all's. Ours might be different, of course. Everybody's going to be different mostly. We may disrespect a player, but it's just ours.
Respect your favorite player.
Man, I know.
And argue with me.
It's going to be good.
Argue with me. I like it.
Subscribe to the channel and follow our Twitters or our social medias. Follow my Twitter, Kiddo Rob. It's gonna be in the description below. But let's get into it. Like I said, we're gonna start off with our honorable mentions. We took a little break. We had to discuss something, but we back. So yeah, Nnaji, give us your top 2 honorable mentions.
My
that you
top
have.
2 will be Trae Young and D'Angelo Russell. The reason why I put Trae Young as honorable mention is because I like Trae Young. Don't get me wrong. We had a discussion. I honestly would put him in my top 10. I just feel like, personally, there will be better players, in my opinion, than him in the
Next
future.
season?
No,
I'm
going
talking
into next
next
season and the
season?
future, yes. The players that I have, yes. I think that all players will be.
10 of those?
All 10 of these
You could
players
think
will
of
be better than him.
10 point guards better than Trae.
And as far as D'Angelo Russell, I just have to see what he does. He hasn't done anything like.
I mean, last season wasn't
Like,
really
he
a
was-
season
yeah,
for him. He was
yeah,
injured
he was-
at one point,
and then
and then he
jumped
got
around,
traded.
yeah.
And so I understand that.
So D'Angelo Russell has to prove something to me first. Trae Young proved something to me. You know, I just feel like next season there's going to be better players than him
All right, what about
going
you?
into next season.
Oh, let me go next?
Yeah.
Alright. I have D'Angelo Russell also because, last season, yeah, he struggled because that wasn't a good fit for him. So, we'll see what he looks like next year. He's gonna be the head point guard of Timberwolves. He has people around him now, so there should be no excuses for him anymore. So that's why he's not in
Who
top
made an
10.
excuse for D'Lo?
I'm talking about no excuse for him to not
not-
be as
okay.
good as he should be.
It's gonna
That's
be
what
hard
I'm
for
saying.
him to lead that team to a playoff spot.
No, I mean they have
They
the
have-
number.
they have the
They have a
pieces.
number 1 pick, so
And they have Carl
they
Anthony
have
Towns.
pieces there. They have pieces there.
They
can
have guys.
They should make a nice run next year for a playoff spot.
Okay.
So, and my next honorable mention is De'Aaron Fox.
Oh,
De'Aaron Fox is he's very underrated. He's under the radar. He's an under the radar guy because he's never been in
where
the
he
playoffs.
is.
He's where he is in his with the organization he's with. They just fired their GM. Well, the GM just stepped down, so we'll see what that team looks like in the future. They keep changing coaches, so
they still got Luke Walton. They're gonna have a new Luke
yeah,
Walton
they
next
still
year.
have Luke Walton, so they finally stuck with a coach. But De'Aaron Fox, he's solid all around. He steady improves his game.
Even NBA players they were like,
Yeah.
I didn't expect him to be that fast.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
fast.
fast, and he improved his jump shot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's the biggest thing for me. As long as he can continue to improve his 3-point shooting
yes,
in at least a mid-range game,
I think
I'm not worried about him attacking the basket
me
anytime.
either. Or his defense.
Yeah, I'm
is-
not worried about that either. Just maybe shooting balls spreading the floor for your teammate. Hopefully Marvin Bagley plays next
Yeah.
season. He's gonna be healthy enough to be good.
Marvin Bagley.
So, but yeah, I'm not.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
I could see him making maybe a couple All-Stars in his career. So
I think I got him like 14.
yeah,
If I would,
I got him bottom half like that.
14.
Yeah, somewhere right there.
That's a good one. All right, but for me, I have, if I hold on, mine is D'Angelo Russell, and D'Angelo Russell for the same reason they said basically. I think D'Angelo Russell's good, but he's just not top 10 player good. You know, going into next season, I don't know if he'll be that either. It's gonna be interesting to see. I mean, he only averaged 21 last season, but he didn't really play like a regular season for him. So we're gonna have to find out. Hopefully, he improves his defense this offseason, works on that. But that's really a mental thing. And for my 11th is Kyle Lowry. My 11th is only Kyle Lowry because he talked me into putting him at 11. That's the only reason. We had a discussion before we recorded, and I had to put.
Should not be anybody's
After
top
some
10.
discussion, I had to really put some thought into it, and
Yeah, mine too.
I had to take him out.
I took him out of my complete list.
Yeah.
I took him.
If he's top 15, he's a border top 15.
No, I'll give him like 14, 13.
That's why I say he's
I love-
border.
Yeah.
He's border. So,
But let's get into our top 10. Are y'all ready?
Top
This is
10.
gonna be interesting.
Drum roll.
Let's start off with Darian. What is his 10th pick?
me,
Yeah.
Kemba Walker, number 10.
Oh, Campbell. Why you got him at 10?
I got him at number 10. For one, he went, okay, so when he was with Charlotte, you know, people were saying, okay, he just needs a team. He just needs a team around him. He went to that team, but he found his way into the third option of that team.
You still thinking about his third option?
Yes,
I think
he
he's
is
the
a-
second option.
No.
I think he's the second
I don't
second
think-
option.
I think that was a team.
I
that
don't
was
think he's a
team
legitimate
with a
second
star.
option with them.
I think that was a team with a star on it with Jason
Yeah,
Tatum.
but like it seems like he still hasn't found his way at times with that team. Like he still struggles.
I disagree with that position.
He struggles at times with
I wouldn't
them.
put him at number 10 for sure.
I can understand what you
Kemba
mean
Walker,
by-
okay, you can't. All right, when we say team, like you're bringing up team as a player, as a
But yeah,
point guard
but like,
position,
that's what
he's
I'm-
definitely
no,
higher
this-
than 10.
No, this is what I'm saying. His play, like I feel like he regressed as a player. Kind of.
He definitely regressed.
That's what I'm saying.
But
But
when
he
you go
was.
to a better team, you're going to regress no matter what. Like he's not going to be doing
No,
the
but
same
they
thing.
got
as a-
him. They got him to be like their number 2, and he's not. You can argue he's not their number 2.
You can argue that it's Jaylen Brown. You can
Yes,
make a
you
solid
can make
argument.
I can make that argument 100%.
And that's
But
not why they brought him there.
Jason Tatum is young, and I would rather have me personally put the ball in a position where I think like Jason Tatum is like good. Like let's
Wait,
he's
wait,
good. Like
wait. Were you about to say you rather have the ball like Kemba Walker's game?
no. I would say I'd rather have the ball. Of course.
Oh no, we're not arguing. Jason Tatum is the number 1.
Exactly,
Yes,
that's what
we
I'm
know
saying.
that.
And as far as like, I'd rather have the ball in his hands no matter what. Like even if he was on like a team like we said, if he was with D'Angelo Russell, I would have the ball in Jason Tatum's hand. Like just because he's a good player, you feel me? And he can do more. But as point guards go, I think he's way higher than number 10.
I'm just talking about like not scoring, but all around game.
Yeah.
Like his impact on the
His
team.
impact on the team. He regressed as a player. This
I don't
year.
think so. I don't think he regressed. I think the fact that he played his role. That's what I think.
But that's the thing. His role regressed too.
Of course, when you're going on a better team, it's going to regress.
So
That's not
that's-
necessarily true.
That is
But
necessarily true.
He was supposed to be like that Kyrie Irving guy. That's why they brought him there. They brought him
You
there.
can't
But-
can compare, but that's like two different levels of play. Like,
Not really. Some people.
They play
Some
exactly
people.
the
Some
same,
people.
basically.
Some people think that like Kyrie. There's not big of a difference from Kyrie Irving and Kemba Walker
There's a
offensively.
big difference.
I think so. but
Offensively,
I think
there's
there's
a
a
big
big
I think
difference.
there are
they
people
play
out
the
there that
same.
think Kemba Walker
Okay.
is just as good as Kyrie Irving
But
offensively.
I have
Kemba Walker definitely think he as good as Kyrie Irving.
Kemba Walker thinks he's offensively better than anybody offensively. As a
I
point
think I'm
guard,
the
so-
best offensive player in the world. Of course, like that's like come on now. But I'm just saying like Kemba Walker, I don't think he should be.
But I'm talking about just last season going into this season. I think he will be like
Around top 10.
around. He'll be
in-
10.
He'll be 10.
I mean, there's room for changes at the bottom, but I think he's gonna stay towards the bottom, like
You gonna
10.
hate
That's
my
why I'm
list.
10.
We already
hate
know.
him.
We already know.
Yeah, you go. Robert.
With my 10th, I have Trae Young.
See,
I had to put Trae Young
There
in
you
my
go.
top 10. After some highlight watching, some thought process,
Yeah.
talking with Yates, I had to. I mean,
that's smart.
I believe he averaged 30, almost a double-double. And just there's nothing wrong with his game. He's just perfect. The only thing he has that's bad about his game is defense. But what point guard is
What point
what
guard-
top
what-
point
what-
guard can you think of that's really
What point guard can stop any of these point guards from scoring?
exactly?
Like, there's none. There's no lockdown
There's
point
no
guard
real
defender.
lockdown.
No.
The only one that comes to mind is like Eric Bledsoe. and he's not even good.
He can't even stop these top 10 point
Exactly.
guards from getting theirs.
So it's like I had to put him in there out of respect, and I know he's gonna be next season. He might break top. He might be top 6 next season. Honestly, if he can average another
possibly
30,
top 5. So
top 5.
Yeah.
If he can get that team into a playoff spot, or even not even bottom like 2 seed, like if he can get them to like 9th, that's a plus already.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What about you?
My 10 is the man, the myth, the legend himself, John Morant.
Okay, I'm not mad at that.
How you
Let me
gonna talk to me about not putting John, man? You gonna put him in yours?
The reason why is because I had to go with a young guy at my 10, just because that's my nature. You feel me? And plus, like, he proved himself this year. He's good.
I can't believe you think John Morant's better than Trae Young though, but
The reason why I say right now he's not. Right now he's not. But I'm saying as far as future rise and like going into the season, I think that John Morant is going to grow exponentially, and Trae Young is already established himself in the league. Like he has more room to grow. Don't get me wrong, but John Morant is going to grow exponentially, and Trae Young, he's going to surpass Trae Young as they go further. That's what I say. That's why I had to go.
It could possibly happen, or it couldn't. That they're so close in skill.
That's when they're so close,
Yeah.
So that's why I got him at my number.
I'm not mad at that.
I wonder if you ask a lot of GMs
Who would they rather
who
have?
would they rather have.
That's
Trae
a
Young
tough
or
one.
Ja?
That's a tough one because they're both really young.
Yeah, they're too young to say.
They're both gonna be really good for a long
My
time.
thing is,
so.
with one, you have the attack first, right? You have one that's head down, driving to the basket.
Yeah, it's all
He's
about
gonna
preference
finish at the
too.
rim really well.
Yeah.
Yep.
The other one, he can spread the floor for you better, as well as driving to the basket, and he can play make at an elite level.
Yes.
So I mean, I would rather go with Trae than Ja.
Yeah,
It
right.
depends on what you want as a GM and as your team too.
Only
Do you
thing that
want
hold me
somebody who's
back
going to
is,
shoot deep
like-
threes, or do you want somebody who's going to go to the basket and get you a bucket and a foul?
I mean, for
You
me,
know?
it's almost arguing who would you rather have, Steph Curry or Derrick Rose. That's what I think of when I think of Trae Young and John Morant. I think of who would I rather have, Steph Curry,
I think
or Ja Morant.
Ja Morant can.
and especially in this day and age of basketball, I think it's easy to go with.
It's
Trae
not. It's
Young.
not as easy, but
No, I say
I
this.
would say right now I would go with Trae, but
Okay, let Ja start shooting like.
If he
Like-
can start shooting 38%,
or if he shoots 38%,
Let Ja start shooting like, I don't know, somebody like you. Let Ja Morant start shooting 40%, 42%,
Oh,
that's
that's
reach.
crazy. That's like Steph.
that's like that. Yeah.
or like
if he shoots like that,
If he
then
shoots 37, 38%, that's respectable.
then he's shooting 33% now.
that's 33. That's still a
That's
to
still
33 to
a
38
big
is
jump.
a big jump.
That's a big jump.
I know.
Like Lonzo, I believe Lonzo went from like 32 from 3 to like I think he shot 38 this year. Let me look it up because that's my dog.
Also, you have to realize how many shots they take.
Dang, I
Trey
should've-
shoots more shots than Ja, like more 3-point shots than Ja,
I
obviously.
should have put Zoe in mine.
No,
so
you shouldn't have put him in your honorable mentions at all. You should not have put him in your honorable.
Zoe really is top 10
No,
point
he's
guard,
not.
honestly.
He's not a top tier anything.
Bro, I
He's
follow a span like of Lonzo Ball page because like to stay up on what's going on with him in his off season. Bro, if you ask him who's the best point guard in the league or top 5, he would
Of
have
course,
Zoe
he's
in
gonna
his top
say
5.
it's him. Of course, he's gonna say
Of
that.
course, like nobody's not gonna put
Yeah,
themselves in
like,
the league. I mean,
Russell Westbrook thinks he's the best player in the league. So
But yeah, Lonzo went from 34 to 37. That was a low key. It was a solid jump.
that was
for
a
him.
jump. Yes, that was a nice little jump. He just can't stay consistent.
Oh wait, no, I was wrong. I'm looking at.
Oh, see.
He shot 32 last season. He went to 37 this season
That's a big jump.
from the 3.
But
so you tell him. So
He's
let
not
Ja
consistent.
shoot 37%.
Yes,
That's what I'm saying. He's
gonna be
37%.
crazy. He's
I'm
gonna-
scared. How do you guard him?
yes, he's
Exactly.
gonna be nice.
Let Ja shoot 37, 38%. Come on now. And it's only his first season. You think that he's not gonna grow it? Like he's not gonna develop a
Yes.
jump shot like that?
No, I'm
That's
not saying.
why-
I'm
that's
just saying
why
like Trey already
That's
got
why
his
I
jump
had
shot.
him in my top
And
10 at
Trey,
first.
but Trey doesn't bang out on dudes
Right.
like and jump like Ja.
But he can make his way around that rim.
Who? Trey?
Yeah.
But Ja's a way better
Ja.
finisher than Trey.
Yeah, that's why I make the argument Steph Curry to Derrick Rose. Like that's
And
the
I'm
kind
saying
of
that
players they
Derrick.
are.
I'm saying that Ja can develop better than Derrick Rose can. That's what I'm saying. Ja can develop that 3. Ja can develop like. You don't think Ja can?
He could. They're very close in
If D-Rose
style.
don't get an ACL injury, I mean, what was it, ACL?
He tore his ACL and his meniscus.
Yeah, if he don't get those kind of injuries, I don't know.
But this is the thing, like,
Derrick Rose might
John
be a
Morant
top
is a
one.
better shooter than Trey Young. I mean, than a shooter than what Derrick Rose was.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So
saying.
But
I get what he's saying.
Derrick Rose has some clutch threes.
John
like,
Morant to me
he
is
can
like
shoot it.
John Morant to me is like a mixture of like he's like I don't know, Derrick Rose and like it's so hard because I say if you want to say modern players, I'll say Derrick Rose and maybe CP3 because CP3 was never like a super great shooter, but he was consistent. He got better.
He's a great shooter
I don't know
now.
if he has that offensive, like that playmaking mind.
He
as
does.
much as-
Yes, he
He does
does.
have a playmaking
Yes,
moment.
he
Not
does.
as
does.
much as CP3. That's what I'm
But
saying.
that's why I
course,
said it's a
no, of
mixture.
course
That's why I
not.
said.
Yeah,
That's why I
yeah,
said
yeah.
it's a mixture.
Of course not.
That's why I would compare it to like that because he's so athletic.
Okay, I understand that. But let's move
And
on
you-
to our number.
Okay, yeah, you got it. No,
All right, let's move on to our number 9. We're gonna start with Nnaji. Number 9.
My number 9. My number 9, believe it or not, my number 9 is Luka Doncic.
You fucking idiot! What's wrong with you, bro?
Let me tell you why.
No.
Tell you swear to God.
No,
Let me tell you
bro.
why, let me
no,
tell you why,
Your
let me
list
tell
is
you why.
already fucked up.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
Hey, thank you. Give me my Twitter clips,
Nah,
bro. Give me
bro.
my
Let me
shit to
tell you
Nah.
why. Let me tell you why. Let me
No,
tell you
give me my
why.
shit to
Let me
follow.
tell you
No,
why.
no,
Let me tell you why.
no.
Let me tell you why.
Just
Let
give
me
me
tell
views
you
and
Go
why.
ahead.
Alright,
Let me
Explain
tell
it.
you why.
Explain this.
Number
There's
1, I
nothing
don't
you
even
can
consider him a point guard. Number 1.
He's a point guard.
Number
though.
He is
two,
a point
number
guard.
2, I don't consider him a point guard.
Look,
Number
look,
2,
look.
number two, I still think that Luka, like, yeah, he's good,
Point
but
guard. It says it right here. Point guard, shooting guard. Luka's
but
a
he
point
plays the
guard.
2. He has
He
Seth
doesn't
Curry.
start
That's
the
it.
two.
He starts at the
He's
one.
a point guard. He is a point
He
guard.
starts with either Seth
When he
Curry
played,
or
when
somebody
he
else.
played overseas, he was a point guard.
I understand that,
They tried to make him
A
into
small
a small forward.
with Dennis
But
Smith over there.
He's
but
a
then-
point guard. He's a point guard.
I still think that he's a mixture of a point guard and a shooting guard. But let me tell you why. You haven't even let me finish.
Okay, come on.
I still think that Luka has a lot to prove. He's still too young, you feel me, for me to say that he's better than some of these guys that I have above him. Now, I can argue that the guy that I put above him, he's better than. I agree 100%. But I like the guy that I put above him just because he's bigger and he's stronger. But Luka's just too young for me.
I
He
guarantee you, nobody on your list
It's
is better than Luka Doncic.
Right
Nobody.
now,
Nobody on your list, pretty much.
So you telling me Luka Doncic is top 4 best players?
Yes.
You
Yes.
got him at 4? I do not
I have
not
him.
scoring.
Yes, definitely.
Hey, it's okay though.
No,
You gave
heck
me,
no.
Hey, it's okay.
You
I
gave
promise
us a
gave
wow
me
factor.
my-
You
exactly.
gonna blow up bad in the
You
comments.
gave me
I don't
my,
think-
you
real
gonna
bad.
give me my Twitter.
I
you
don't
gonna
think
give me my
that-
shit. I'm gonna get some likes and some views on
If
that.
he
video.
was, if Luka Doncic, don't get me wrong, I love Luka Doncic. Don't get me wrong,
It don't seem
but
They
at
don't
the
at
shooting
all.
guard position, I would give him top 5.
He's not a shooting
if you put him at
guard.
shooting guard, he might be the
He's
best
not a
shooting
shooting
guard, or
guard.
like a third. He's a
He's
point
not a
guard.
shooting guard.
I
He's a
don't
point guard.
consider him as a guard.
Why?
That's why.
Why don't
Because
you consider him a
he's
point
like,
guard?
he reminds me more of like a Kobe, like a, you know,
How?
like
He
No, he
averages
doesn't.
double. He averages double. What do you have?
okay, like James Harden averages double doubles. Does that make him a point guard? But I'm just saying, like I don't consider. I didn't even.
Bro,
Number
he
one, the
averages
reason why I
28.
had him at 9, I
always-
didn't even have him in my top 10
He's
because I thought we were
he's
going to
always been a point guard. You know that, right? He's always been a point. Even overseas, when he was playing at 15 years old, pro.
They
he's
only tried him
always,
as small forward last
He's
season.
always
They
been
had him
a
at
point
the 2. I
guard.
swear
No,
they had
last
him at
season
the
they
2.
had him at
I
the 2.
swear
Look.
they had him at the 2. I
Look,
swear they had him
Yes,
at the 2.
because they were trying to experiment.
Last
Because
season
he's
they had
so
him.
big. That's
I
why.
swear. I didn't even have him in my top 10 because I thought I put him at a shooting guard.
Oh, he's a point guard.
I didn't even have him
He
in
is
my
a
top
point
10.
guard.
So in order,
What does he play better at?
in my opinion, I think a shooting guard.
No, he does not. He's a
You-
point
you-
guard.
Look, you can. He has the ball in his hand all the time.
Bro,
He
James
just
Harden
doesn't
has the
touch
ball
it.
in the hand. LeBron James has the ball in his
It's a
hand.
difference. It's a
It- it-
difference.
it's-
There's
I like
a difference
With
in
his team, he's the only one. Like, it's him and Chris
He
Sacks.
knows.
And then there's Seth Curry, who's the 2.
exactly.
And then it's Dorian Finney-Smith, and then it's...
They had
He's
JJ
not-
Barea
Max
too.
Turner.
You
They
think,
had JJ
you
Barea
think he's
too.
playing
He
point
doesn't
guard?
get minutes.
No, you think he's playing point guard because they don't have another point guard. No,
That's what I'm saying, yes.
No, that's
No,
not
he's
it. They're
the
playing
point
point
guard.
guard. He's playing point guard because that was his original position.
That's his...
I'm not gonna put him in my top 5 no matter what.
That's crazy. We're going to move
Crazy.
No
on.
matter
That's
what.
crazy. Yeah,
We're going to move on.
Yeah, go
Thank
to
you
your-
for my Twitter clip.
Yeah,
though.
go to your 9. That was crazy.
My 9 is
He said
Kemba
you
Walker. My 9 is Kemba Walker.
We kind of the same.
Yeah,
Alright.
so
I don't think that Kemba Walker's that. You act like Kemba Walker's horrible.
No, that's a good.
No,
He's a
that's-
Kemba Walker's not.
But out of
Kemba Walker's not that low though.
Listen, out of all my point guards, he's not better than any of my point guards that I have above him.
No, we're talking about last season going into this
Of
season.
anything, bro, of anything, you can
Potential,
argue
you gotta think about
that you can
potential
argue
and
that
stuff.
Kemba Walker has proven himself as a point guard better than Luka Doncic has.
What are you talking
You're
about?
going off of
What are you
career,
talking
we're going off
about?
of last season's performance going into next season and potential wise. That's what we're doing.
Potential wise?
Yes.
Okay.
That's how we're doing. Last season performances going into next season.
Oh, okay. Can we? Oh, all right.
So I have him Kemba at 9. I had to put him there. He got to the
I don't-
playoffs.
I
He
still
got
think he's
further in his playoffs career for the first time. Congratulations to him. But he didn't perform at the potential he could have performed. That kind of knocked him. Like he missed a lot of open shots.
Yep.
He's not a good defensive player.
No.
I wish he averaged more steals, but he don't get his hands in like that. He fouls a lot, but he's still a great offensive player.
But how
So
can you say that when a player, Kemba Walker led his team to the conference finals?
he didn't.
He didn't
He
lead
did not-
his
What team did
team.
he
What are you
lead to the
talking
conference
about?
finals?
Not lead he's the point guard of that team. He has
That
no
doesn't
matter
mean
what
lead
leader.
his team.
That he's not.
Jason Tatum.
Led
That was
the
a
team.
team.
But
That was a
at the
team.
point guard position, like
He
you
didn't
have
lead
to have
them.
leadership skills.
He
At the
didn't
point
lead
guard
them.
position,
Nah, I'm not saying
You-
Kemba Walker's
if
not a leader.
anything,
Kemba Walker's a leader.
of course.
But that was a team.
he's
So
a
it's
veteran
like-
on that team. He's a leader of that team.
Jason Tatum was
He's
the
one
best,
of the leaders.
Jason Tatum was the best player on that
I
team.
agree with you, but
Yes.
Kemba Walker's a leader on that team.
He
100%. And I
Yeah,
agree
of
with
course.
you.
Him, Marcus
So
Smart,
what
they're
was-
the lead.
okay.
Like they're leaders. Jason Tatum's a leader. All of them are leaders.
Just
But
because
this
you're the
was a
best player does
team.
not make you the leader of the team.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying
Okay,
they were
okay,
a
but-
So
team.
what I'm saying is Kemba Walker led his team to a conference finals. Yes, he lost. Yes, he did that.
No, he didn't.
He didn't lead.
He didn't lead.
That
He
was a
didn't lead.
team. They all had an impact
No.
on their success
Yeah.
in the playoffs.
He didn't lead.
When I say lead, I mean a leader of the team. Like I mean like
You
No,
could argue
that's
Marcus
not-
Smart is the leader on that team.
bro, but you cannot argue that
Yes.
Jason Tatum's the leader of that team.
Yet he
Why
is.
not?
He's
You
the best
we don't
player.
know-
I agree
We
that
don't
he's the
know
best.
what goes on in the locker room. We don't know who's giving the speeches
Yes.
or anything.
I guarantee you 100%.
You know why? You know why he can't be? Because Jason Tatum at this point in his career has gone further than
Kemba
Kemba Walker.
Walker.
So if anything,
Twice already.
Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart
Are telling
are
him
telling
how
him how it's supposed to
how it
go.
goes in the conference
Because
finals, how
he's
to
never
get
been
this
there.
player.
They already
He's only
been
been
there.
in the first round. He's never been on the
I
first round. of his
understand that.
career.
I understand that. I agree with you 100%. I know
They
that's
also
facts.
have a great coach.
That's facts. But as a point in the point guard position, that's your leader of the team. That your point
No,
guard
it's not
tells you
always.
what.
No,
not always,
that's
but
not
I
true.
guarantee you that's how it
It's
is
not
on that team. 100%.
No, it's not.
For
No,
the
it's not.
Warriors, who's the leader on that team?
Steph Curry.
Oh, he wasn't.
Yes, he is. He
He's
is.
a leader, but the person
That's
that
what I'm saying. Kemba Walker's a leader
But
of
you're
that
saying he
team.
led that team.
No.
He's a leader. No matter what, he's a leader. I can say that he led the team. I can say that AD led that team to the win. AD is not the leader of that team.
But that's not. He didn't because he wasn't the best player on the floor either. So
Oh my God.
if you're gonna
I
say
never-
that, then he
you
has
can-
to be the
you
best
can-
player on the floor because
No,
KD was the best
no.
player on the floor.
No.
So that makes no sense.
No.
We gotta move on.
Bro,
we gotta move on. We gotta
Yes,
move on.
is you.
Bro,
it's you at nine.
Trey Young is my 9. We don't have to explain. Trey Young.
We got ready
is,
to do this out.
yeah, he's great.
All right, so we're gonna start off with you with the
All right.
8 then.
Number 8.
Yeah, we're
Number
at
8 is Russell Westbrook.
Russ, why you got him at?
I got Russ at 8 because Russ is who he is at this point. Like,
There's no improvement for
There's
Russ.
no more improvement for him. There's only can he stay within himself?
Can he be
pretty much.
actually a positive production
Yes.
on the team?
Can he stay in the
No.
plus and not stay in the minus
No.
on the court? That
No.
because if
Can
he
stop
can
getting in his own head and
Can
just
he-
play
can he
basketball?
stop just coming up to the court with 21 seconds
And
and
shoot
shoot
a
a 3?
fucking three.
Can he stop doing that?
No.
That's why he's and only reason he's even this high or even on my list out of respect, pretty much. And
Because his name pulls weight.
yes, and but there's the thing. Russell Westbrook is Russell Westbrook. He's gonna have a very efficient season next year.
He's gonna always have.
He's
his
always
20
gonna
plus.
have his 20 something plus.
No,
Seven,
there's been
eight.
times where he scored 11, 9.
in the game, of course.
Yeah, but
he's
Russell
he's
Westbrook,
an average.
Yeah, he's gonna average.
He
he's
never
gonna
gonna
average
he
20
never
plus,
gonna give up on you. He always gonna hustle. He always gonna
He gonna bring you that fire every night.
He's gonna bring you that. You don't
I
gotta
agree
worry
with you
about
100% on that.
You don't gotta worry about
agree.
that.
I
And he's
agree.
gonna be a leader.
He's still almost. He gave you Braun numbers last year.
So yeah, he gonna do what he gotta do.
He gave you 27, 7, and 7. So last year.
I agree.
Go ahead.
We're at 8, right? My 8 is Mr. Point Guard, 6'10" point guard over there with the Philadelphia 76ers, Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons. Now, I have Ben Simmons because he's the best defender on that list, easily, right? He's the best defender.
The best defensive point guard.
That's what I meant. Best defensive point guard in the league.
Yeah.
And especially at the point guard, like, it's not even close. Like, he's just that good.
Yeah.
But also, you guys don't really, well, you specifically, you don't think his potential is high. You think he's.
I never said that. I just said if he never gets a jump shot, he's never going to reach.
And you don't think he's going to get a jump shot. I believe that he'll develop a mid-range for next season. I think he's going to work on it. Hopefully,
that's year 5. He still won't shoot. So
I hope that he develops a mid-range.
Me too. He was like my top 3 favorite player in the league.
I enjoy watching Ben Simmons, but
I do too. I still do. Even though he doesn't shoot the ball.
I also believe that they would have went further. Who did they play in the? They played the Heat.
Yeah,
they played the Celtics.
They played the Celtics. Yeah.
I think that would have been a better series with him, of course.
Of course.
But yeah, out of people have above, he not really better than people have above. There was a point I had him like top 6, I believe. I had him at top 6 before, but I had to take him out because I was like, I don't think he's better than this player. I don't think he's better than that player. But yeah, that's it.
Okay, my 8 is also the man in Philadelphia, Ben Simmons.
Okay, that was your first good one.
I would agree that Ben Simmons, he's obviously top 10 point guard in the league.
He only has 16.
But
he's not a scorer.
But he got to shoot more than me. Like at the point guard position, you have to be able to shoot. Like no matter what. Like I feel like you have to be.
Not only that, he has to improve at free throw.
Yeah, any position, but especially at the point guard position.
He shot 62% from free throw. He has to improve that. At the
so
point
like
guard.
every aspect is offense.
So yeah, he just got to prove offensively. Like he got all the attributes and everything. So yeah, I agree with you.
Still champ, all defensive player already,
yes.
2-time All-Star, and this is what 5 seasons.
Yeah. You start your 7.
You guys want to start with me?
Yeah, start with you.
My 7 is Russell Westbrook. Same reason as you.
Okay.
I don't see him. I don't see any jump towards his. It's gonna be pretty simple. Same Russ for next years to come. How old is Russell Westbrook? Like
30, 31, I think.
I give him 3 more years of being Russ. With no injuries, I got him like 3 more years of being Russ.
Yeah.
Let's start with you. Let's go with you.
Mine is Kemba Walker.
Okay.
That's not as for. Yeah, that's not. I'm not mad at that.
I'm not mad at that either.
I wouldn't
like at 6 or something.
I did, but then I just changed it because I had to do some thinking. But yeah, like I said, he's not 9 or 10 in my list. Honestly, he's like 6 or 7, to be honest. The only reason why I just changed it right now is because I had to do some thinking. But yeah, for sure not number 9 in my list, and for sure not number 10. He just
Your list is crazy.
His name pulls way too much weight. Like
no, it doesn't. His name does not pull that much weight.
In my opinion,
Ben
yes.
Simmons already has more accolades than he has in his 8 seasons
Accolades
in the league.
don't mean shit to me.
It's
I'm sorry. It don't matter. It's about how you come and play in and out each game. Like
Ben
you're
Simmons
going to have.
Gives you buckets.
Okay, so does Kemba Walker.
Defense,
like let's be real. Like Ben Simmons got kicked out by Kemba Walker.
When?
In the playoffs this year.
Ben Simmons wasn't even there.
He was injured. He didn't
play.
You don't know.
So you think
had he played,
you don't know what could have happened.
What would have happened?
This Simmons probably would have got locked up. He would have had the performance he did.
No.
Ben Simmons is he can go.
Ben Simmons can guard 1 through 5.
Yes, he can guard
Ben
1
Simmons,
through 5.
But all I'm saying is, Kemba Walker is not no 9 or no 10 or no 8.
Yes, he is.
There's no way. Why do you think they traded him for Kyrie? Like, why do you?
Because they didn't trade him for Kyrie. Kyrie walked.
He signed with them.
Yes, he signed with them. They didn't trade.
But you know what I mean. They replaced him for Kyrie.
Who would you say? How about this? Who would you say? 2016 Kyrie or this season?
Bro, Kyrie is too good for me.
Okay,
you can't
so
compare them to. What I'm trying to say is that Kemba Walker already established himself in the league
No, he
as a
hasn't.
top 6, 7
No, he
point
hasn't.
guard
No, he
in the league. There's
You
no
can
way.
say that. You can say the same thing with John Wall, bro. Been injured for 2 seasons.
The only reason why I'm going to say that
Remember
about John
we used to
Wall,
argue
the
about-
only reason why I'm
John
not
Wall, my God, still.
we had an argument. It was me, you, and Jameal. We had an argument like who's better, John Wall, Kyrie Irving? Like who's that third spot in the league? And
Back
we was
then-
like, we
back
had
then it
an
was
honest
argument.
Back then,
We
it's
had
not
an argument.
it's not now. There's too many point guards in the league that already established. Like I'm saying, like
But John Wall at a point of career established himself as a top
Okay,
5 shooting point guard in the league. Now he's not
I,
even top 10.
I agree with you 100%. I agree with you. But all I'm saying is that Kemba Walker's you're disrespecting his name. That's what I'm saying.
No, it's
I don't think
Yo,
I would have
you're
disrespected
putting-
Kimber. I would have disrespected Kimber Walker if I didn't have him in the top 10.
That shocked me 100%. Putting him at
No,
number
what
10.
shocked me is you had Luka Doncic at the 9th
That
spot.
was
What
way
shocked
more
was
guards in the
I didn't
league.
even have Luka Doncic on my list.
That's even
That's
worse.
I
even
thought he was
worse.
just- I-
That's
I
even
put him-
worse that you
I
didn't
put
even.
him on- I put
That's
him on
even
my
worse
show.
that you didn't even know he was a point guard.
I knew.
Can I go now?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
look at that.
Ben Simmons is my, what is it, 7?
Yeah.
7, yeah. He's a 6'10" point guard that I've only seen, I don't think I've ever seen in my lifetime current basketball players that could control the pace of an offense that can't even score. Like, he controls the pace of the offense and he can't score.
It's all in the paint, so like it's all stuff. So it's hard to like.
That's what I'm
really get
saying, like-
efficient bucket like a lot of other teams.
He controls everything that goes on that offense and he can't score. Like that's crazy. That's how much upside he has. If he could score, he would easily be
The top 5. He'll probably
possibly the
Probably
best
top-
point guard in the league. If he could score, if he could
if
shoot,
he can give you like
If he can
23
sh-
a night.
if he could shoot at least 38% from anywhere on the field, 30, not even 38, 34.
If he can shoot
Like,
from the mid-range, if you can give me like
33,
40, if you
like-
give me 38,
If you even give me 30, like, can you give me something? Like, you don't give me
28
nothing.
from the 28 from the 3.
28.6.
He
Like,
only took about what? I think he took like
come on.
4 3.
He only took like 4 threes. Come on,
Or like
bro.
4 or 5. So
Come
he's
on.
like
And the
1
more
for
you
5.
take, the more you hit. Let's
Yes,
be real.
you don't even
tempt him. That's the
try.
problem with
You don't
him.
even try. That's why you're so low on my
And I
list.
wonder, is it a mental thing with him, right? Is it a
Yes,
It's
it
probably
is.
the way he's been playing for a long
He's
time.
never
so
he's never been
he's
able
never
to
needed
shoot.
to,
None of his
I don't
coaches
know.
taught him how to shoot. That's what this is. None of his youth coaches, because he was just so bigger and faster than everybody that his skill set was just so unique. So
But let's go move on to number 6. We're gonna start off with you, Nnaji.
My number
Let's see.
6 is Russell Westbrook. The
Okay, I'm
reason-
not mad.
okay.
The reason why I put Russell Westbrook at 6 is because he's an MVP. Like he's cold. Like
You're not cold.
he's not cold now. I hate him. Like I hate Russell Westbrook with a passion. But yeah, he's
How long is he on the Rockets for? Like 2
A year.
seasons, huh?
oh yeah. He's been on this league for a year and he
I
didn't
think
do
he signed a
anything.
5-year deal. I think.
Because he extended
I
with
think
the
he has a
Rockets.
player
I
option.
mean, with the
I think he
Thunder.
has a player option after his 4th year.
So what's that, next season?
No. He just signed that contract. Like when James Harden signed his contract, he signed it. So
Oh, word? Okay. Damn. Y'all gonna have to trade Russ, but continue.
Yeah, so I put Russell Westbrook at my 6 because his name pulls weight. You have to put him up there. That's what I said.
I get that. What did
Okay.
I had Russ at 7, so I'm not mad at that. You go. Who you got at 6?
6, I am changing minds right now. And just because we're saying we're going to last season, thinking about last season to this season, I would say Chris Paul is 6.
Ooh, okay. I like that one.
I
That's
say
nice.
Chris Paul is 6 because I just changed him. He was at 5, but I just switched him.
I wonder who you have at 5. I might have who you have at 5 at 6.
Maybe, probably. But Chris Paul is, people was writing him off and saying, he was done because he went to the Thunder. He proved, no, I'm going to go here and I'm going to ball, and we're going to go to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not really
I
worried
agree
about.
with you.
he's still, every time he steps on the court, one of the top 2 smartest players on the court. All the time. All the time. Top 3.
And with him, I'm not really worried. With Chris Paul, I'm not really worried about his regress as he gets older because
No,
he's not explosive.
He's
player.
never been
He's
that
not,
type of player. He's never been fast.
Exactly. He's just been a good all-around
yes,
player.
that's
he's
what
just
he is.
Done. He's
Yes.
just so smart the entire career.
Yes.
Entire
Now
career.
he's 36. He's on the older side.
He gonna get slower.
But to be borderline top 5 at 36 years old,
And they did have a good playoff run too.
Exactly.
yeah.
They lost in the first round,
They
but
lost in
still,
the first
they won
round,
7
but-
games against the
Yes,
Rockets.
and nobody expected that team. Some
Nobody
people
expected. I
expected
didn't have
that
it
team.
making
I didn't
the
even
playoffs.
make it in the
I
playoffs.
didn't have
I
it
had
in
the
the
Pelicans. I had the Pelicans replacing the Warriors and the I had the Lakers replacing.
I had the Kings making the playoffs this year.
Yeah, that's crazy. I had the Pelicans and the Lakers making the playoffs, like replacing the people that were in there. So I had them placing the Warriors, and then I forgot what other team.
Yeah, but Chris Paul, he's all-time great, 36, I think almost.
And they had a
37
high
years old.
seed too. They had like what? They were tied for 4th and 5th, right?
No, they were 7th, but they were 7th or 6th.
No, the
No.
OKC.
They were 6, weren't
They were 5th. I believe they were 5th.
They were 5th.
Oh, yeah, they were
tied
5th.
for 4th
Yeah,
and 5th.
they were
The
5th.
Rockets, they tied
Yeah.
for 4th and 5th.
Yeah.
And think about that like the year before that they had Russ and Paul George, and they were 7th. They were 7th seed. Like,
Because they went against the Utah, and
Come
Utah
on.
was like the 4th seed.
come on, like he was 5, but I had to switch him. So
Yeah.
Okay. Mine I have at 6. The performer who was just incredible, had one of the greatest playoff runs we've ever seen in NBA history,
probably.
and Jamal Murray. Here's my thing with Jamal Murray. I would have had him at 5, right? But I'm scared of what he does in the regular season for next season. Is he only come out and perform in the playoffs, which ain't a negative thing, but it's like, what are you doing in the regular season the entire time? Like, why can't you perform what you do in the regular season as you did in the playoffs? And is this only because there was no fans, or are you just like a no fan player, like an AAU player? Or it's like, is this the new you? So I have to see if he comes out and performs like he was performing in the bubble in next season. He definitely gonna be 5. He's definitely gonna move up to probably 5.
Yeah,
All right, so we're gonna start off with you this time. Who you
My
got
5?
at number 5?
My number 5 is Jamal Murray. So I have Jamal Murray at 5 because like he said, I had Jamal Murray at 6, but I switched him and Chris Paul. But I think Jamal Murray, like, I get what he's saying. Like, he's worried that he can do that regular season, but I think he will because the Nuggets never really knew what their identity was. Like, so now I think they know, like, who.
I think they're confident.
I think they're confident in what they are now and who is their scorers and who is their guys, who is their top 2 or 3 guys. Well, maybe not 3, but top 2 guys. They know
Jeremy Grant. Hopefully they can resign him.
Yeah, I think they are. I think they are.
Bro, Jeremy Grant is gonna get a bag. I promise.
But what I saw from Jamal Murray, like, he has all the tools.
He can shoot. He can drive. He's flashy. He got the showtime in him.
He has all the tools he needs. Like,
and to me, it's like I've seen his highlights. We all know what he can do.
Yes.
If you watch a
It's
couple
just-
of
He's been doing that for years.
He'll go.
but it was just about it was about consistency.
Yeah, but he been doing that for years.
He's a highlight reel. Really.
Yes, he is. He is,
reel.
but it's just about consistency. But I think a lot of that was because they didn't trust him before, but I think they trust him.
And I think I think 2 seasons ago they were really looking into Gary Harris as their key factor.
That's the thing. They never really knew.
Jamal Murray became better in this.
Who's their guy? So I think even that was a confidence builder for him too. Also, so I think he gonna ball out next year. I think he's a top 5 point guard last season going into this season.
I'm gonna go with me. My number 5 is CP3. Same reasons for you. He's still probably the smartest player in our league. Led his team, great leader. It's just respect out of him. You got it.
My number 5 is Jamal Murray.
Okay.
The reason
That's
why
crazy. You want to hear something crazy? His first like 4 are just your first 3
Were
10 to 9 were trash, but everything else so far has been solid.
Yeah,
because I'm reasonable. You niggas is not reasonable. But not
reasonable.
Come
on.
But look, let me spin my piece. Jamal Murray is my second favorite player. I said that. I've been saying that. Behind James Harden, and I rock with him. He's been doing that for years. He been going off. I mess with him as a player, and I mess with him. You feel me? But yeah, so Jamal Murray, that's my guy. So I had to put him at number 5. He proved himself this year at the number 5 spot in the league. His name carry weight now. Now let's go on to number 4.
Start with you.
My number 4 is Chris Paul in the league. And the reason why I say Chris Paul as number 4, bro, he's old as hell and he got his team to the 5th spot. Like, bro, I did not expect that. Like, he exceeded my expectations. I thought the only reason why he was good was because he was with the Rockets and, like, you know, like, he had the ball in his hand. He could shoot whatever he wanted to shoot. But no, he proved that he can, like, lead his team. I think he did that all by himself.
He had Shea. Shea was a big factor for that team.
He was that leader of that team.
He was a leader.
Oh, yeah,
Shea was.
Yeah, he had some young guys that can go, but like a team usually has like 1 or 2, you know, veterans. Like
Billy Donovan was a good coach.
You feel me? Like
he had a big factor.
But him.
That's why I got them making the playoffs. They're gonna be good. I'm proud. They're gonna have the potential to make the playoffs.
Chris Paul's dope. That's why I got him at number 4.
All right,
I think ours will be pretty much the same. Our top 3. I mean, our top 4.
I have Kyrie Irving, man.
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving. I mean, even if he didn't play a lot this season, but when he played, I mean, he just gave us a show every time he was on the court.
Yeah, our top 4 pretty much.
You have Kyrie Irving at number 4?
Yes, because you had somebody at number 9.
Yeah. So
I just don't understand y'all at some point.
We don't understand you.
You know, exactly, man.
Let me finish my explanation.
I have honestly, if you want to keep it G-Road with you, I will probably put Luka Doncic. I will probably move Chris Paul down and put Luka Doncic right there. If I made this list like 3 hours like I did before, on my break at work. I promise you. I just didn't put him, and I had to do everything. But I guess so. I had to put him where I had to put him.
That's okay. But yeah, Kyrie Irving. He gonna be with KD next year. I'm assuming he'll average 24 to 25 next season, while KD averages probably 26 to 27.
They're gonna be around the same. Yeah.
And I've always think Kyrie Irving. This goes under notice a lot these past couple years, especially when he signed with the Celtics. He's become a better playmaker and a better like stealer of the ball. Like he's improved.
Yeah.
It just his locker room presence ain't been the best, but he's still one of the top pointers you want on your team. Other than like
his IQ is questionable at times.
Yeah, but you can trust him to give you the shots when you need. So that's pretty much it.
My number 4 is also Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving is a great scorer in this league, and you know, last season, you know, that was just a whatever year because you know they knew that wasn't gonna do nothing until KD comes back. So KD will be back next year. I expect them to be top 3 seed, and you know I expect Kyrie to be Kyrie as long as he stays healthy. You know he has to stay healthy, and you know Kyrie Irving is Kyrie Irving at this point. Like I don't know how good he is in the locker room. You know we've heard like former Kendrick Perkins. I don't know if they don't really get along, but who knows why? But he wants to be the guy, but we'll see. He's with his guy.
He's
now,
at
KD.
home. He's with his close friend.
So if he doesn't like it here, then I don't know.
Me, and my idea is that he retires in it. That's his end of the career.
Yeah, I don't think he's leaving.
KD also said the same thing. I think somewhere recently that he thinks that Brooklyn's his last stop.
Yeah, I don't think they leave it. I don't think they leave it. I don't think KD's leaving either because there's not gonna be.
We have to see how KD performs, bro. We don't even know if he's gonna be.
I think he's gonna be better because.
You think he's gonna be better?
No, I think he's gonna be fine because he's gonna be a year and a half removed from his Achilles.
Yeah, I'm not worried about KD.
That's.
We're moving on to our third.
Should I change this?
Let me go.
Alright, let's go.
I have Damian Lillard as my 3rd.
Okay, why you have? Can you explain?
The reason why I have him as my 3rd is because he had a chance, not had a chance, but he hasn't done anything in the West. You know, and I know West is, and he hasn't had the best team.
He went to the Western Conference Finals.
Last year.
Okay.
Before last year.
Okay, so once you bring these up, when we talk, I'm gonna bring the same topics up, and you, okay?
No, continue.
Okay, so he hasn't done anything. What has he done? What name, his name pulls weight as
his
much.
name pulls a lot of weight.
A lot of weight, yes.
League, a whole lot.
A lot of weight. His name pulls weight, but what has he done though to show for it?
I mean, he's been one of our best scorers in the league.
I get you 100%. But name something that he's name And that's team though. That goes back to team.
He's managed to make the playoffs every year.
Of course, that's why I have him as number 3. That's not disrespectful. That's why I have him as number 3.
It's not disrespectful, but don't say like what has he done. He has gone to Western Conference Finals with a team that's not that good.
Okay, James Harden did the same thing.
Right,
yeah, so
you.
Damian Lillard. That's my number third. Yes.
My 3 is also Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard's number 3 just because based off going last season, yes, and going into this season, I just think like they weren't that good this season. To be honest, they only made the playoffs because the season break. So like they were underachieving this year.
I just don't understand y'all sometimes.
I don't think they would have made the playoffs.
They weren't that
if
good.
The bubble didn't happen, I don't think they would.
But I don't think it's necessarily all his fault that they weren't going to
Exactly.
make the playoffs.
It's not his fault. He's a good player. That's why they made the playoffs.
But yeah, exactly.
But they also made the playoffs because they got Justin Perkins back.
Yes,
he was a big factor to that team.
But without Damian Lillard, they don't make the playoffs.
No, of course, but
that's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying
when I make statements like those, that's what I mean.
But do you think they're a top half or a bottom half?
I think that they're definitely a bottom half in the West, 100%.
Yes,
but you put a couple more pieces to the. Okay, Damian Lillard is doing his job.
They can't have a couple more pieces because they're locked in with money wise. They don't have any more money.
I understand. Damian Lillard is doing his job. So when exactly,
I just think that team's upside is not that high.
They peak.
They peak.
They have their.
So you telling me they're on the downfall now?
Yes. I'm not saying that.
I think that they are.
And I think the league is getting so much better than we were 2 years ago.
I think that
teams, players and everything. Like players are cold. Like
teams are getting.
You have to worry about every position.
Yeah.
So the Pelicans are going to make them compete for the playoff spot. The Suns now, the Kings still. A lot of teams are going to make them compete. Past years it wasn't like that. Yes,
you had your 8.
You knew who was going to make that 8 spot.
You had your 8. Yeah.
It was only until last year when it was the Jazz. I think it was the Jazz. What team? It was the Clippers and no, not the Clippers. It was the Jazz versus the Nuggets. I believe they were fighting for a 7th spot. That was the only one.
Yeah.
And it was that was the last game.
Oh, your turn.
Let's go with your number 2.
You didn't even
say
your
number 3.
Oh, I didn't?
No.
Oh, I have Luka. I don't know. You must have Luka at 2, but I have Luka at 3 because what did he give us? 29. I think he was 29.
Almost average a triple.
He almost averaged triple double, right? He's just gonna get better. There's no regress in this game. He's only gonna get better. He's surrounded by a great team. Hopefully they can bring back the same players they have. I'm just in shock. Should I tell them our discussion before? Nah, they don't need to know. But I didn't think that Luka was gonna be.
He didn't.
As good as he is. I thought he was good.
I knew.
I didn't think he was gonna be.
Did we had an argument at the wedding when I was like, Luka's better than Brandon Ingram?
We had that.
Yes, I said that too.
I said that.
We had that.
I knew that, and he didn't.
We also had an argument in front of the house. It was me, him, and Jameal. We was talking about.
And he didn't
Paul
think
George.
Yes, he didn't think Paul George was better than. He didn't think Luka.
I think at that time I feel like that was a fair judgment.
No, it wasn't.
End of the season.
Yeah, Luka is my number 2, but like. If Porzingis never gets hurt in the series against the Clippers, you could argue that they could have beat the Clippers if Porzingis was healthy.
No, the Clippers are not going to lose that series.
Bro, that's the thing you don't know. They could have been up 2-1.
The only reason why you're saying that is because you're Lakers fans.
No, I promise you. If you watch the games, Luka, if he would have never rolled his ankle and Porzingis wasn't
they both got hurt. Luka, they both got hurt, but the Clippers. Are you not forgetting
they weren't playing that good?
6 games.
They won 6 games. They weren't playing that good. They won 6 games.
Lost to the Nuggets. I know that, but they're not.
But no,
they're not.
Porzingis wasn't healthy. Porzingis was not healthy.
That's the thing about playoff basketball. You don't really know.
Porzingis, if Porzingis was healthy, there was a possibility they would have lost in the first round.
There's a good.
Yes,
I disagree.
If you look back, for one, they would have started off 2-1, and if they're still healthy throughout the whole thing, and they keep and. The Clippers already were playing bad defense. They couldn't guard.
Porzingis only played 2 games that series?
Yeah, he only played 2 games.
He only played 2 games.
Yeah, he only played 2 games.
He only played 2 games.
The first one they lost.
I agree with you.
And the second one they won.
But you're only talking about the Mavericks, their offensive threat and their like strongholds. What about the Clippers' stronghold? What about their like?
We
What
saw
about
it
their?
there.
Honestly, you told me that if the Rockets see the Clippers, that they're going to lose because they're a great defensive team. But now you're telling me that they couldn't
They
even
weren't
guard
good.
Luka Doncic. They couldn't even do this. They couldn't even do that.
So-
Like you say the same thing that you said like a couple of episodes ago. The Clippers are still a good team no matter what. They were never going to
I'm not
lose
saying
the
the
first
Clippers
team.
aren't.
I didn't say they were going. I said there's a possibility that they would have lost.
Bring up the. Of course, there's a possibility that every team is going to lose.
What's
The Lakers.
The Lakers.
Oh, you're saying that because you're Lakers fans.
No, I'm talking
like you're
about
biased.
it's fucking LeBron James and Anthony Davis
Yeah,
and a no defensive good team.
Okay.
They were gonna win.
The Lakers could have lost. I promise you,
But
the
did
Lakers.
they?
The
But
Lakers
did
could
they?
have lost.
But
Not
did they?
gonna lose.
No, they did.
You're just saying that. You said the same thing. My biggest fear is facing the Clippers. You said
Yes,
the same
it
thing.
was.
was.
It was. Once
So
the
now
Clippers-
you're saying that they were going to lose again in the
I said it's
first
a
round.
possibility. Yes, they.
Bro,
yes.
see, that's what I'm saying. You're contradicting yourself. You
How
said,
was that
bro,
contradicting myself?
you literally didn't. A couple of episodes. What did you say? You said our biggest fear is not the Rockets, not this. It's the Clippers.
It's the Clippers.
Yes.
But now you're saying that. Oh, honestly, the Clippers could have lost.
It's
They
a
could've,
possibility
yes.
if you throughout that series.
Oh,
the way they
and
were
then
playing.
also,
The
there's a
series-
possibility that the Lakers could have lost to any other. And then that's the Lakers could have lost to the Heat.
Listen. I'm saying that they could have lost to the Mavericks in the first round because they could have been down 2-1. It could have been bad.
Yes.
And we don't know what they weren't playing good defense
No.
at the time. They have the talent to be a good defensive team, but they were not playing good defense. They showed it in each round they played. Each 2 rounds they played. They weren't a good defensive team.
Nope.
I agree
And
with
they
you
folded.
100%.
They
They didn't
folded
play up
under
to
the
their
pressure.
expectations. That's
And
why
I
they didn't win a ring.
said why
Exactly.
they would beat
Exactly.
your Clippers. I said they would beat your Rockets because your Rockets team, they are a good offensive team, but they're a strictly perimeter team. That's a perimeter team, and the teams they played against
Or
are inside.
Yeah.
The Nuggets.
The Nuggets are inside.
Nuggets are
they have
inside.
Porzingis. They have
They-
Jokic.
Oh, number 2. My number 2.
Yeah, let's go.
My number 2 is Kyrie Irving.
Versus Bracey, but continue why?
The reason why Kyrie Irving's my number 2 is because it's Kyrie Irving. Like, he's a GOAT.
No, it's not. He's a goat.
He's a GOAT of our like of
our
probably
generation.
of our generation.
He
Yes.
has. He's a highlight.
He's a highlight reel. He's a bucket. Like, let's not like Kyrie Irving is
He's
the top
not
five. Like top.
Yes, he is.
He's-
yes.
He's not.
He's top 10 best player in the league.
No, he's not.
Okay. You don't think
No,
he's top
not.
10?
If he,
You don't think he's top
That's
10?
a fiction one, so I can't.
we don't. I don't know.
No.
He's not. He's not. If he is, he's barely 10.
Yeah, he's on the bottom
I
half.
don't even know if he's top 10.
He's on the bottom half, but
I
Kyrie
can't
Irving.
think of that right now. I can't think of that.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
He
This episode is
He not.
full of
So we all
disappointments.
agree.
You're the biggest
You're
disappointment.
The biggest
No, I don't think. I think honestly, besides
You
my
are.
Luka pick, my list has been the most reasonable.
You think
out of
your
all
list-
of them.
hasn't.
You think your list is? I can't.
Besides-
I
hold
can't
on.
wait to post this shit on Twitter and ask
Besides,
people. for what
besides
they
my
think.
hold on, besides my Luka pick, because I
No,
I
I'm
just
talking about
wanna
Kimball
know.
Walker.
I
Fuck the
just
Luka
wanna-
pick. I'm talking about Kimball Walker. That discussion we have. You're talking about he's better than all the players that. Who do you have? Russ, Ben. You have.
I didn't put him over Russ.
Who'd you have?
I put him over.
What do people say about him in the comments?
Huh?
About him in the comments?
Bro,
I don't even.
my friends be saying, "What is he talking about?" That shit makes no
Bro,
sense.
honestly, bring your friends on this show now, and we can argue. Honestly, I'm not even joking.
Your
Like,
basketball views are like one-sided.
Yeah,
like,
it's not
you're not
one-sided.
thinking about the whole picture.
I promise you, I am. I promise you, I am.
You can't.
I promise you, I am.
can't.
I promise you.
Bro, we got.
I promise you.
We
All
got
right, so we all agree on number one.
Steph.
Steph,
Curry.
yes.
You guys.
We all
You
Steph.
didn't even say your number 2.
My number 2 is Dame.
Yeah, we all agree Steph is number one.
Yeah, we all agree.
Yes.
No. James Harden.
No, actually, my number 1 is Patrick Beverly.
I'm so glad you didn't have Lonzo Ball in your top 10. I was afraid you would have Lonzo Ball.
Nah, I ain't just. Lonzo's one of my favorite point guards to watch in the league, but he's just not good yet. This is my last season with Lonzo. I told y'all this already. This is my last season, year 4.
Prepare to
No
be
excuses.
Prepare to
He's been working.
He's always been working.
But he's working better. He's working better. So we'll see.
He looked terrible.
Last topic before we get up out of here, we're gonna talk about your team, what their future in stores for. Talk about the Daryl Morey situation. He stepped down as the coach.
He had to.
I agree.
I mean, as GM.
I agree with their clearing house.
No,
They
I
need
think
to.
I think it was a bunch of things why he stepped down. before the season started, everybody knew he probably wasn't coming back because that whole situation what happened in China.
Yep.
He wasn't coming back. So for that, so him not making the Western, he had to make the finals for them to bring him back. He just wasn't coming back because of that. But that's why he went all in and went small ball because he knew he wasn't coming back.
But now the question is for this team is like your future, right? So you got your money in James Harden and Russell Westbrook.
That team has no future.
It's like you have no picks.
None.
Okay. See,
No
look,
future.
It's like what do you do to
Look,
get
team
better?
has-
Especially
look,
if
I'll
you
tell you
have
what
another-
you do. I tell you what you do.
Especially if you have
I
another
tell
bad
you what you
season.
do. Let me talk about my team.
You can't do
Let me
it.
talk.
You can't
Let
do
me
it
tell you
because
what
nobody's
you do.
gonna take him.
Let me tell you
Can't
what
trade-
you
you
do.
can't trade Russell
Let me
Westbrook.
tell you what the
Go.
smartest decision would be.
Go.
Is what they're doing now. Clear house. Get rid of all this small ball stuff. Get rid of all that. Get rid of all that.
You have to trade players. That's what they're gonna
That's
have
what
to do.
exactly. They're going to trade players, but and
what do you
release
think?
players and get rid of players.
But those players that they're trading are not worth anything.
They're not.
Besides Eric Gordon, may be worth a little.
Okay, the
He's
only
just
two
trying to make it
players
look
that the
something.
only
They
two
moved
players,
his
the only
spot.
three players that were probably like that should stay is Eric Gordon, James Harden, Russell Westbrook. That's
You have to trade Eric Gordon if you want to get something back.
no, you don't.
I mean,
Yes,
you
you
could
do, 'cause
trade.
you have no picks to give.
You could trade.
You don't have no
Robert-
picks,
you
but
could
you can trade.
You could trade
and
Robert
you can get-
Covington, but I
and we
wouldn't
have a
because
lot of free agents, and you can sign a lot of people. You
you
can
don't
honest-
have money. You can't sign people.
How much money do we have?
Not a lot.
None. You're gonna be over the cap next year because you have Robert Covington, Eric Gordon, Russ, and James take up about $80 million of the cap space already alone. 80, almost 90. So
You clear house, you get rid of all that bad energy, and you start fresh. And it's
But-
gonna take
but this
it's gonna
is the
take a
thing.
year or two to get back to where you were.
There-
And I understand that next year we're probably not gonna be
you
the
know how
best
old
team.
Russell Westbrook is?
They're all old. I understand that they're all getting old. I get that, but
You guys, I don't know what the salary cap is, but
They don't have money to sign a big name player.
of course I know that. We
You
still
guys
have
have
Russell
James-
Westbrook and James Harden, bro. I
you
know
guys
that.
listen. Look at this. You have Eric Gordon until the year 2023. We're in 2020. Going to the
Yes, that was a bad contract.
2021
Look,
season.
all these other players are role players that we're getting rid of. Minimum salary. All
Okay,
these
but
other-
you have
Yes, but
for
you don't have
two-
any
you have
money.
Robert
Like I
Covington for
said.
2 more seasons.
Okay, yeah.
You have PJ Tucker for another one. You have Daniel House for another one.
Daniel
For
House is a
two
good.
more actually.
That's a good.
You
pick.
got a player option with Austin Rivers. We'll see if he opts
I
out.
mean, how much is it?
2,000.
They're
No,
not
2
paying
million,
all
2
these
million.
players like they're like
He's
crazy.
gonna opt in. He's not opting out of that deal because he's not gonna
Ben
get.
We have
McLemore
David
is here
Nwaba. We
next
just
season.
signed David Nwaba.
He ain't shit.
He ain't shit, but he's a good defender.
He on.
Hey, don't disrespect David Nwaba.
Nah,
He is
respect.
shit.
He
He
went
went
to
to
our school.
uni. Hell yeah.
Respect to him, but
Respect,
he
yeah.
ain't doing nothing in the league. The only
He-
people that's not gonna be here next season, Tyson Chandler, who's old.
Ben
That's
McLemore,
top
getting
old,
rid of him.
Old. Damari Carroll.
Jeff
he
Green,
could be used
no,
on
he
another
might-
team.
but that's the
Jeff
thing.
Green's a good player.
What?
LeBron
First,
Mutem
nobody-
getting,
you got-
getting rid of him. We
You're-
just signed him.
You're not even.
We're not paying all
you're
these
not
players.
Even, you're not even
Listen,
the top.
listen.
No,
Plus, you got all the people that's not even like on the team that you still have to pay.
no, but this is another thing. You're not
These
even.
people
You're
are
not even a
But they're
top.
not- they're-
You're not even a top 3 free agency destination right now. You're not. You.
We might be like top 4, top 5, but yeah,
if you're
I
top
don't
5,
care.
you're barely top 5. So that means it's 3 or 4 teams above you.
Yeah,
free
it's-
agents. The
but-
Lakers are number 1.
Yes, the Lakers.
Brooklyn's are number 2.
Yes.
The Clippers are probably number 3. Number 4 might be Miami the way they play.
Won't be surprised about the Pelicans. Watch out for the Pelicans. A lot of teams.
No,
a lot of teams
no,
like the Pelicans.
no,
No, I'm telling you, a lot of teams are like.
We'll
the
see.
Pelicans
We'll
with
see
their
what Doc
role of
Rivers
Zion.
does if they try and make some trades and stuff.
What I'm trying to say is that
The
we're
Hawks
not
might be a
playing. We're not.
destination as well.
We
They
can
like
get
what they
role
do
players.
there.
Like we can get role players. Don't get me wrong.
That's
Like
what
we
I'm
can
saying.
we can get a lot of
Y'all
free
can't
agents.
sign
can't
the
get the
good
top.
ones. That's the problem.
Like,
We can't.
Y'all
Bro, we don't
might-
need the good ones.
y'all
We need
might-
players. Like when does James Harden have ever had the good of the good? You know, we've never.
And
We
y'all
had
haven't
Trevor
succeeded.
Ariza. We had
and
LeBron.
y'all haven't
Mutem.
succeeded.
Exactly. That's what I'm
problem.
saying. Like you don't need the good players. Like
So what do you?
You
that's
don't
the
need the
question.
best-
What
the
do
best
you
of
do
role
to-
players.
What do you do for the future to build that championship team? You're the team. You're the GM. What's your
what I
first
do?
move?
What I
What's
do?
your first
what
move
I
as
do-
a GM?
My first move as a GM is get rid of all these bum ass niggas that we have.
How? They're either staying there or they have no value to get traded.
Exactly. We can, nigga. Austin Rivers is not gonna come back. Let's be real. Like he was
You
talking
don't-
shit. He was talking shit about the team online. He was like, we were switching everything. Like you think that a negative player like that is like who we
For
want?
the
No.
money he's getting $2 million, he might.
That's
Yeah.
2 million. Like he can go somewhere like I don't know. Like let's see. I don't even know where he can go. Like
Bro,
Yo, somewhere
nobody
like
on this
the
team
Pacers or something like
besides
that. I don't
Russell
know.
Westbrook, James Harden, Eric Gordon, Robert Covington have trade value. You can argue PJ Tucker, but
you can
you're
argue
not going to
PJ Tucker,
trade
and
nobody
you can trade
valuable.
Eric Gordon. I don't think we're going
That's
to
what
trade
I'm saying.
Eric Gordon, but you
has
can
trade value.
But you can trade Jeff Green too. Like
There's
let's
more
be-
teams on the horizon than y'all.
You guys don't have.
course,
You guys
I
don't have
understand
Jeff
that.
Green. You guys have.
Dallas damn near is a better destination than the Rockets, right?
The people in 2020, 21 went.
But you can argue the same thing. Dallas doesn't have any money too. They have a lot of players. They have Seth Curry. They have.
They're not paying Seth Curry that
paying,
much.
They're not
paying him enough, but they're not paying.
How much
him.
are they paying him?
I don't know exactly.
Exactly. So let's stop.
They have money though
They have money
for free agents.
to sign Robles. They might never need to really sign anybody.
They don't even need
extra.
to sign
They
anybody.
have a good team.
They have a good team already. But
I
I'm
mean,
just saying.
yeah,
like,
that's granted. Porzingis stays healthy.
Yeah, but I'm saying that we need to get rid of all this thing and get a decent center. If we can get a decent big.
This is another thing you have to. Is James Harden going to want to play a different style of basketball?
A different style.
Yes.
What different style like that small? We just.
No,
started
I'm
small
talking
ball.
about different styles.
Like not as much as isolation.
Yes.
I don't
And
think
not
that's
pick and
our
roll.
problem.
That is the problem.
I don't think
that
that's our
doesn't
problem.
that doesn't win. Everybody knows that doesn't win. Nobody's ever won a championship playing that way.
Kobe said it best. That's not winning.
It doesn't win. It
It's
doesn't
not
win.
winning playoffs.
The
doesn't
time,
win.
the era that
You
Kobe
need
played,
ball movement.
the era that Kobe played, and
Not
the
true.
era that we are in today are two different
You
eras.
need ball
It doesn't
movement more than
matter.
ever now. You need ball movement more than ever now. That's the reason the Spurs beat Miami that year, because they were able to move the ball and get the ball in certain spaces.
Like I said, the way that the NBA is set up now and the way that it is
But they
back then
still
is two
lost.
different eras.
But they still lost.
But we have teams
You
that
have
are
to
doing
move
this.
the
Every
ball.
team goes into isolation ball. Like let's
It's gonna happen,
It
of
happens
course.
It's
all
gonna
the
happen,
time.
but you still have to
James
move
Harden
the
does it
ball.
more than others. Yes, they do. But the Rockets still move the ball. The
That was
Rockets
your
move the ball.
offense. That was your offense.
The Rockets move the ball. You like let's stop saying like every time it's down the court it's just 105,
I told you
105.
their offense.
It's
It is.
not.
I
It is
told you
not.
their
It's
offense.
not. Because game one, we even said we had the podcast. I said the Rockets moved the ball better
One
than
game.
the Lakers did.
One
And-
game.
No, the Rockets were moving the ball. Period. They moved
One.
the ball. They have offense. They move the ball.
If James Harden doesn't have to pass the ball, he won't pass the ball.
Of course.
That's
That's
if James Harden-
obviously
if
that's
James-
your best player. You're going to have the ball in his hands.
So you
Jamal
think-
Murray had the ball in his hands most of the time.
When Chris Paul wanted to incorporate more ball movement off the ball,
He got traded.
he got traded.
No, I
Yes,
don't think that's why.
That's why.
I think
That is
one of the
why.
reasons why is because James Harden and Chris Paul didn't get as long as
Because
West.
Chris Paul wanted James Harden to move more without the ball. He didn't want him. He wanted him to come off screens, catch the ball, and shoot sometime, or come off screens, catch the ball, drive to the basket.
I get you.
And James Harden didn't want to do that.
But James Harden does that though.
He didn't want to
does,
do that.
He does that, but he doesn't.
No, he doesn't do that. He doesn't do that.
How you not?
If he doesn't have the ball in his hands, he's standing there. That's exactly what he's doing offensively.
Every team does that.
No,
No,
Ron
they don't.
cuts.
They do cut to the basket.
And you have to realize style of play, position of play, like
So his style of play isn't winning.
No, James Harden is so good he can play any style. He just
Yeah.
chooses not to.
no.
That's
I
what I'm
disagree.
saying.
That's his-
We're gonna see when he has a new coach and his coach.
Yeah,
wants
let's
him to
see.
move
Let's
around.
see. Let's see.
No.
James Harden can do
They're
anything.
saying right now the leading candidate is probably Jeff Van Gundy.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Same for Pelicans. They're looking at him as well.
No, I think they're looking at Stan, aren't they?
What's Stan?
I think it's Stan. It's
I don't know why.
Both of them are.
Why you go
getting
backwards?
looked
Why
at.
get them niggas? Go and find a future coach or somebody like a
Well,
Nate
I don't know.
McMillan.
I
Go
don't-
find Nate McMillan.
Nate
I
Miller
like-
will actually be very good.
Thank you. Go find Nate McMillan. Like,
Sam Cassell, I don't know what happened. He was a candidate, so I don't know what happened with that. He might get the Pelicans.
Tim Hardaway's on.
Tim Hardaway is a decent player. But yeah.
That's okay, bro.
It's okay. All I'm saying is that even if the Rockets don't do as good next year, I don't care because the Nuggets are going to do good.
Oh, so you're switching your team now.
We're gonna wrap it up there, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode and complete stupidity
Yeah.
from Nnaji
As
Abasi.
always.
I'm the smartest player here.
Nah, let us know y'all top 10 point guards going into next season.
We're gonna leave the link for our
So-
combined list.
Yeah. Yeah. We out. Oh wait, before we out, make sure you subscribe. What are you doing?
Of course,
Subscribe.
of course, always subscribe.
What are you
And
doing?
hit that like button.
Yep.
Hit the button.
We at 31. Let's get it to 40 by the end of this week.
For sure. Hey, I'm going to Arizona next week. Next weekend. So
Oh
I'm
yeah,
probably-
you told me.
Yeah, so I'm probably not gonna be able to.
Record. It's cool.
Yeah.
We doing like every other week, huh?
Yeah, every other week. Yeah.
But
was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna tell you about the other.
It's okay. We're about to wrap up the episode.
Yeah. No. It was off camera stuff.
Okay, so we out. Peace.
Peace.